Welcome back to Hangar 51. So today we're going to set up some flaps on a airplane, just in a generic setup. Someone asked how to do it, so I'm doing a video on how to do it. Very simple. Just power up your radios, create your new model or an existing model. Go to the mixer page, which is where we're at right now, and we're going to go down to channel 6, because channel 6 is normally the flaps. Doesn't have to be, you can put it anywhere you want, but we're just going to go to channel 6 for this demonstration. So we're going down to channel 6, enter and hold, and it takes you right into the edit page. We're going to go down to source, hit enter, and it's flashing, and now we're going to search for max is what we want. Oop, I just passed it right there. So max is the control we want. Don't have to do that. I pressed and held, don't want to do that. Just a quick press. Down to weight, we're going to set the weight at 50%. I'll explain that in a second. Now this is going to be for a 2-position flap, and then we're going to go down here to switch, which is the upper corner over here. Press it to get it flashing, and then just press the switch you want it to be on. So I want half flaps to be on the SB middle section selection. So we're going to hit enter. Okay, and then we're going to exit out of here. Well, while we're here, let's go down. I also want to slow the flaps down to 1.5 seconds. So we'll go down to the slow up and the slow down here. And I'm going to set them both at 150 or 1.5. Okay, now we're going to exit out of here. And we're still on 6. Okay, so we're going to press and hold, enter. We're going to this, now we want to insert after. So go down to insert after, hit enter. Go down to source, we're going to pick max. Okay, we're going to leave it at 100% here. And we're going to go all the way down to the switch again, and then now we're going to put this on SB down. Okay, and what that does is I've set my SB switch to be in the up position is flaps up, at the middle position is 50%, which is half flaps, and all the way down to the down position is full flaps. That's the 100%. Okay, so enter. We're going to go down and also slow these down by 1.5 and 1.5. Now I don't recommend going over 2 seconds on the I haven't had a problem, but I've seen people with the problem. Some servos don't like to be slowed down that much and can actually stop in the middle of a cycle. And you definitely don't want one flap stopping and the other one continuing to move, because it'll just put the plane in an uncontrollable roll. And if you're not quick enough to get it unswitched back or whatever, it could be fatal. So I don't recommend going more than 2 seconds. That's just a recommendation. You're free to do what you want. I think 1.5 to 2 seconds has been more than plenty for me. That moves the flap pretty slow, but you're free to do what you want. Okay, so anyway, that's where we're at. Now I'm going to go back to this page here, and I'm just going to put the up on 5 where it's out of the way. So right now the switch is in the down position, and you can see the 100 here is bold. I'm going to flip it to the middle. Now you see the 50 is bold, and then I'm going to flip it up, and nothing's bold. So that is the up flap position. 50% is the half flap, and then the 100% is full flap. Okay, so that's all you need on the setup. Now, the only other issues could be if, for instance, when you do this, your flaps are trying to go up instead of down. The fix for that is you go to you want to get out of the mixer page, and you want to go to the output page or the servo page. Could be marked either one. Okay, here's where you want to change that. So you're going to go down to 6, okay, and hit enter, and then you're going to scroll over to the arrow here, okay, and you're just going to hit enter to reverse the direction of the arrow, and that will make the flap go down instead of up. Okay, and then if you're still having an issue, if the switch is going the wrong direction for you, then you go back into the mixer page and you go to the 50% is going to be fine either way if the switch is going the wrong way or not, but all you would do is go into the 100%, edit it, and go over here to the switch and set it to the up position, like that. Okay, so now middle is still middle, and now the switch is set for full flaps in the up position and no flaps in the down position. So now when I put the switch all the way down, we're at 0 and 100, and or actually 50 and then 100. So there you have it. Pretty simple, not a big deal. If this was now, the only difference now is if you are running safe and your plane has both gear and flaps, you can determine which, if you want it on the gear, it's fine, just do it exactly the way I just did it. If you want the safe select on the flaps, which is where I would put it, because there may be a time when you're making a dirty pass inverted with the gear out, but you're never going to make a dirty pass inverted with the flaps out. You know, so safe is when the plane is in, you know, level, straight and level flight is when the safe is on. And then that's the only time that you want the flaps out, is when the plane is upright, you know, straight and level. You don't want the flaps out if you're inverted. So, you know, there may be a time when you want to do a dirty pass inverted with the gear out, but you're never going to do it with the flaps out. So I always put the safe select on the flap switch, but again, you can put it anywhere you want. In that case, all you would do is do your flap settings on channel 5 and your gear selections on channel 6. Same principle, just you would just reverse those two. Okay, so after reevaluating what I just did, I realized that this really was instructions on how to do flaps on a plane that's only using half the servo. And what I mean by that is that the arm is coming straight out of the bottom of the wing and only sweeps one direction halfway, where in some airplanes it sweeps all the way. So in that situation, what you're going to want to do is you're going to set, you're going to have to set the full up here, where it's at 50%, you would want to make that negative 100 or 100, and then 0 on the next one down where it says 100, and that will leave the opposing one the opposite of the first one, negative 100 or 100. And that will determine on whether or not the swing is going the correct way. And what I mean by that is, you know, when you put the flaps to the down position, are they actually going down or are they going up? And you'll reverse that if they're going the wrong way by switching it from negative 100 to 100, 0, and then 100. You know, negative 100, 0, 100, or it's going to be 100, 0, negative 100. And that will give you the full swing of the servo travel going both directions, from halfway middle, you know, like the arm is sticking off the side of the servo 90 degrees, to full swept one direction and then full swept the other direction. Some planes use that format for the flaps to give you a lot of flap throw, and then other planes only use half of it. So the original setup I did with the 50 and 100 is for a servo that's only going halfway, and you can tell that right here in the meter. Okay, if you watch that, we're only going from negative 100 to, well, hang on a minute. Let me go down to that, to the 6. Okay, so here we are in 6, and you can see we're at full negative 100 because it's all the way over. Okay, and then we're going to go here, which is halfway, and then to the full down position is at 0. So that's only a half a sweep on the full throw of the servo, whereas you might need to go the whole sweep, which would bring it 100, 0, negative 100, or vice versa. So it is a little more complicated than I thought when I first thought about it. I thought, you know, it's just a simple setup, but actually it could be a little more complicated depending on whether your servo is installed on the wing to use half the throw of the servo or all the throw. And you'll have to determine that. But the format's the same. Basically, you're just going to set it up with, you know, the 2 steps. The third step, you can actually add it if you want, but you don't have to. The radio's smart enough to know what the last position is going to be, whether it be the full up position or the full down position. It knows it's going to keep going the opposite direction of where it started automatically. It's just smart enough to know that. And if it doesn't for some reason, you can always add, you know, just hit the, you know, scroll down to the bottom one and add another, you know, insert after, and add that third element, which would be the negative 100 or 100, and then assign it to the switch, and you will end up with the exact same setup as this for a full sweeping servo, rather than just a half sweep. Like I said, every plane's different, so you're just going to have to, you know, set it up, you know, per that. If you're struggling with this at all, comment at the bottom. Let me know you're having trouble. You know, I'm just a phone call away. We can definitely get on the phone and I can walk you through it. Be happy to do that. So, you know, if you still have questions after this. So again, if you have any questions after this, I'm just a phone call away. You know, just leave me a message here. We'll get together. We can do a live over the phone. I'll walk you through it. We'll get you where you need to be, no problem. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comments at the bottom, and we'll talk to you later. Have a great night. Bye-bye.